Okay, so I'm not usually on Hulu too much. I decided to go on there, see what I can find. I wasn't even thinking I was going to find anything new or new that I would like, right? So I see the Jewel Thief being, advertised on there. I'm like, okay, I'm not really into documentaries when it comes to streaming services. I don't know what it is, but most of the time I don't care for documentaries on streaming services unless it's a documentary that came from some other network and they just happen to have it on there, right? So I said, well, let me just give it a try and see what's up. I didn't know it had just came out like a few days ago, right, on the 13th. So it's about this guy who actually is being interviewed on the documentary as well, right? Named Gerald Blanchard or Blankard, but they called him Danny or Daniel because that's his middle name. They called him that pretty much mostly in the doc, right? So they had him on there, his mother, his friends that he grew, ooh, spitting, his friends he grew up with, you know, mentors, just everybody, right? So like from the age of what, like 14, 15, he just starts stealing like crazy, like, and the funny part is he videotaped a lot of his thievery. Like there was this one part where he was still a teenager at the time and he literally took some cigarette. He distracted the clerk in the gas station, took like some 2-3 cartons of cigarettes, put it in a car, and then came back and was like, like nothing happened. And one of his friends was laughing. He was like, hey, why are you laughing? Like trying to play it off, right? This guy went from stealing out of convenience stores, stealing out the mall, all the way to robbing banks, ATM card fraud, went all the way to, I forgot where, I think it was Germany, stole this centuries old heirloom that this lady wore in her hair. Is supposed to be worth a lot. It was a museum. And it's like, this guy was just, it's just amazing. Like he got arrested multiple times, but he never really got like a whole lot of time in prison. But it was to the point, not only was he a great thief, I know that probably sounds bad to say, but I mean, hey, if you're good at what you do, you know. But not only was he a great thief, but he was an escape artist. He would escape out the police station. This was all while he was a teenager, a lot of this stuff. Now the bank cards, the ATMs, the banks, the stealing the thing at the museum, that was, as he got older. And he spent like a few years in prison, and he would get right back out and do what he like. I don't even know if he had a regular job ever. I think he always had his income, if that's what we're calling it, or his money that he made or had always came from stealing or some kind of scam. And it's just amazing how this guy was just able to keep doing this stuff for years. And he's like 51 now. And when the doc was over, they said that because he got released in 2012 after spending like 6 or 7 years in prison, right? He was arrested again for trying to steal, him and somebody else trying to steal PlayStations out the store. Like, dude. And so many people in this doc were saying, hey, I really don't think he will ever get a regular job. Like, this is all he know. Dude 50 years old, and this is all he's done for like over half his life is stealing stuff. And it's just amazing because I wonder if someone could get away with that now, because when he was really, really high, it was like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. I think, well, a masterminded criminal is going to figure stuff out. Like, every time they try to come up with ways to, nick scammers, a scammer's going to find a way around it. So he might just be doing this the rest of his life. I mean, it's like, wow. Now, this is the elephant in the room, right? And I know that we're in a climate where it's kind of really racial. people have taken the term woke and turned into like this extreme left weapon thing, something that's not even supposed to be. But I'm going to say this because it's true. Had he been another race, he wouldn't have gotten that far. The type of stuff he was doing, honey, if Tyrone would have tried to do just the from the teenage age on, honey, he wouldn't have got far at all. That's it's and I was looking at on Twitter about this, and it's just, I don't know if it's his confidence that he's extremely sure of himself, but with you being on the documentary, everybody knows your face, everybody knows your name. During the doc, they were showing like he was in newspaper clippings and on the news. Like I said, this is my first time hearing of him. I guess I wasn't just totally into the news back when he was hitting licks. But it's like, who's gonna hire you now? Like, you definitely can't get a cashier job because you're around money all day. You cannot work at a bank. I don't know where Duke, because any job that doesn't like require a degree or something, you're going to have like a cash register, because it's going to be sales probably. It's going to be retail. It's going to be fast food, something of that nature. So I wonder, what is he going to do for the rest of his life? Because everybody knows you're a thief. Everybody knows this is how you move. They know he's slick. He's calculating. Some would say manipulative. I wonder, I had a thought, but I forgot what it was. You know, most of the time when I do these videos, I don't do notes. I just like to talk like I'm talking to someone about what I saw. But anyway, I guess I'll get back to that thought when it comes back into my brain. So he talks about his upbringing and how him and his mother and siblings were kind of poor. He had this thing against banks. I think after a while, it was just like the thrill of getting away with it. The I socked it to you, stuck it to you. I don't even think it was about the money after a while. I think it was like, hey, because like, how much money do you really need to just live a comfortable life? Because this guy had hundreds of thousands. He had money, in walls. He had secret rooms. The police busted in his house 2 or 3 times. He bought his mother a house at 16 years old. Now, my thing is, whoever sold him that house, they didn't have any issue with selling to a minor. But like I said, this was he was born in 72, 16. So this is in 88. So I don't know if things were different back then, but I just can't see that happening now. I mean, you got the internet, you can look up stuff and all that. But one thing I hope people do not watch this documentary and try to do what he did, because listen, folks, he did get arrested a billion times. The main time he got arrested, which was in like 2006 or 7, the only reason why he didn't get 100 some years is because I think he took some kind of plea deal or something, and he paid back a bank the money he took from them. But it's like, don't get any ideas, because I always wonder who's watching this thinking, you know what, I can do better than him. I'll do it this way, and then I can get it. Please don't. And okay, here's my thought. This is my thought. Just came back to me. People like him are extremely intelligent. And you can take that intelligence, instead of committing crimes, being a criminal, take that intelligence and put it into something else. Now, I'm not one of these people that feel like you have to go to college, because we don't live in a world where that's the only way to make it anymore. And there's so many people swimming in debt, student loan debts. I can understand why people probably don't want to go if they have to pay for it with loans. But it's like, take that intelligence, man. And, with him being 50, he still has a life ahead of him. Now, for those of you that are young watching this, like teens, 20s, 50, you probably looking at, man, dude, old as hell, he ain't got, but it's like, look, you got a good 20, 30 years left if you're in good health. maybe even 40. I hope he finds some kind of way to make it without having to still run scams. Even though I feel like since this is all he's done, all he knows, this is probably, I mean, even the people on the dock that know him personally said, hey, he's gonna continue to do this. He'll probably maybe he'll find some kind of way to do like something that's strictly on the internet, because everything that he was doing was tangible. He was actually physically stealing stuff, stealing merchandise and stealing money and stuff like that. So maybe he's going to graduate to online thievery. I don't know, but it's very interesting doc. Like I said, it's on Hulu. The Jewel Thief just came out a few days ago, and not bad doc. I might give documentaries a chance some more on streaming. We'll see. Who knows? As always, man, peace and blessings, y'all. I appreciate my followers. Those of you that are following me and still have not unsubscribed, thank you so much. I love each and every one of you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For the people that are not subscribed but are viewing, thank you as well. You know, if you're new to this channel, real quick before I let you go, it's pretty much about movies, TV, and things related to entertainment. It's not gossip stuff. It's pretty much, you know, just anything related to TV, film, that industry. All right. So until next time, y'all. Peace. Love ya.